Welcome you ringside, Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we're just about ready for action. He's got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk. Ricky Hatton's making his way to the ring now, and he looks very focused for this fight.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Guerrero. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome Hatton.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Watch those low blows, watch the headbutts. Let's have a good clean fight, okay?
Round 1 of 12. Teddy, most of the fighters that you train throughout your career are guys that could be described as this, guys that really will bring it and are able to do it throughout the whole fight and go the distance. What's the mental makeup of a guy like that? Big headshot puts him down. So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown, but Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
That right hand is becoming a crutch. He can just lean on it now. Not precise at all by Ricky Hatton. Oh, Ricky Hatton got hurt there, and now he's tying up.
He's not used to this. He used to be on the other end of this equation where he's the one doing the hurting. Right now, he's going to have to figure out very quickly how he survives.
Ricky Hatton swelling means that this fight could go south for him. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. Teddy, he's wobbling all over the ring.
You know, Joe, he can't use his legs right now, so he wishes, and it's too late for it because he wasn't taught, but he wishes he was a guy who was taught how to slip right in front of a guy and make the guy miss. Then at least he could do that. Right now, his only chance is to grab because the legs are not going to be there for him.
Blocks that punch. You see guys do this all the time, a little shove off there to create some space on the inside and get your punches off. You know, boxing is a global sport. I think sometimes in North America we lose touch of that, but boxing is such a global sport, and every little region of the country defines its fighters differently, and the fighters are defined by where they come from.
Yeah, it really is. You know, sometimes if a fighter is from maybe a place where there's not many resources, then you're going to get a fighter who's a little cruder. And he's going to have to be more physical because, you know, he doesn't have the apparatuses in the gym where, you know, he can hit a double end ball or, you know, he can be inclined to be a little bit more technical. And I think that you're influenced by those kind of things, by the lackings of certain benefits in somebody's background or preparation.
Back and forth exchange. Ricky Hatton's cut man is going to need to be all over this side. The swelling seems to be getting worse.
Well, it's kind of like being a gardener. You have to start getting in there before the weeds come up. You can't wait until the weeds are all over the place and then pull them up. You're going to destroy those beautiful rose bushes. Well, it's the same thing here. You got to get to this eye before the swelling's there. You got to put that end swell, that cold piece of metal, onto that place early on.
Box, box, let's go, hit him. Let's get in there. Stay tight and back away, okay? Move to the rope, stay close. Okay, listen. I want to see that straight right. Throw the jab and then straight down the middle. You got that? Jab, jab, right. Nice one. Nice work. You're doing well.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Good job protecting himself. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. You go out there, a fighter like this, you were just knocked down in the last round. Now you got to go out there, you got to prove to your opponent, hey, I'm fine. You got to prove to the whole arena, hey, look at me, I'm fine. You also have to prove a lot to yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, but you have to remember, that's a good question, but you have to remember this fighter has been there before. So just remember, I have dealt with it before. And then you have to beat David Copperfield. A little bit of a magician, a little smoke and mirrors, and con your opponent. Let him think you're all right. Let him think you even want to fight when really you just want to buy a little time.
There are those who have said that Ricky Hatton's a little bit of a dirty fighter, that he knows some of the tricks of the trade and takes advantage of them.
Why? Just because every once in a while an elbow will touch you a little bit and a forearm, will go up into the bridge, just by accident a little bit. Look, it's part of his persona, it's part of his makeup, it's part of his style. He wants you to think you're in there with a guy like that so you don't think it's going to be an easy night.
Holy cow! Ricky Hatton's in bad shape! You see guys do this all the time, a little shove off there to create some space on the inside and get your punches off. And a sharp counter punch by Ricky Hatton. He laid it out to us when we talked to him before the fight. He says, hey, I want to do my damage on the inside. But it's how he's getting to the inside that's really been the payoff tonight, and that's with the jab.
Yeah, exactly. Having a jab is like having a credit card. You can buy a lot of things. It's bought him the ability to get inside and go to work.
Scoring counter punch by Hatton. He's just not going to the body the way he should here, Teddy. I mean, isn't it just basic principle? Fighting the faster guy, you're the infighter, you got to bang that drum.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're gonna make a lot of noise, but more than making a lot of noise, you're gonna get the whole symphony behind you, and the symphony that you want behind you starts with going downstairs. And there'll be nice tune for you later on. But guess what? They're going to be singing So Long Charlie if you keep going after them the way you are right now.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there.
Good. Keep it up. Keep those hands moving. Good. Distance from you, okay? I want you to take that range away. Move your head more, side to side, okay? I want to see that head move forward. Listen. At that right hand. At that right hand.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
One time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway. And then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room. And at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room. And you have a choice. You put your feet down, you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. As a world champion, there was the cry for Ricky Hatton to come to America, to fight under the big lights against the very best. It's something that he very much wanted. But when he did come stateside, he had a tough go of it as a welterweight, moving up in weight against the southpaw Louis Collazo.
Yeah, he did. He moved up. He didn't have the physical edge that he had enjoyed as a junior welterweight. You know, he was just able to bang guys around, use his physicality on the inside, mug guys a little bit. He wasn't able to do that when he moved up to welterweight.
Hatton able to block a punch. Nice strike after catching one by Ricky Hatton. He's bleeding from the side of his face there. Nice work, great technique. The combo lands. Good counter punch. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Nice. You can't handle the speed. Keep it up, keep it up.
Here we go with the fourth round. Ricky Hatton's now battling two opponents. The guy standing opposite him trying to punch him, and his eyes swelling.
Yeah, he can't see what's coming at him right now.
And he returns on that exchange. Ricky Hatton's got a cut. It looks like it's below the eye on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Able to dismiss it. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Good looking counter punch. Devastating blow by Ricky Hatton. We see a blood coming from the nose there. Threw the straight right hand, but didn't score with it. And there he counters back against his opponent. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Does it surprise you that he's not going to the body as much as he could be?
Well, what surprises me is that he doesn't have the intuitiveness, you know, just the instinct to understand, to recognize the situation. That's part of the ability of a good fighter, to recognize what he should be doing in a certain situation. He's not seeing that. He should be going downstairs.
A minute to go in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two. Blocks that punch. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. A good block. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Don't stand in front of it. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of the swelling.
Here we are at the start of another round. A round that could simply add on to a new direction and a new course that this fight has taken. I really liked what he was able to do in that last round. Now, he's behind on the scorecards, but you get the sense that the momentum is starting to roll his way.
Well, you get the sense that it's starting to become his kind of fight now.
We just have not seen the big shots from this guy. He is not throwing the power punches, Teddy. What would you say to him?
Well, first of all, I would say to him, what do you think, that he's going to make a deal with you? If you don't hit him hard, he won't hit you hard? No, it doesn't work like that, my friend. He's going to get confidence now. He's going to take advantage of this.
Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. That punch nowhere close. Back against his opponent. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Your best defense is to throw more punches. You need to throw more punches. That will keep them away. Listen, I'm not going to stand here and watch you take
Another round. Will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight. Blocks that punch. Ricky Hatton's got to find a way to protect that eye. The cut has worsened And if it gets any worse, you got to think this fight is coming to an end immediately.
Well, what's going to matter is when the doctor finally gets caught up and looks at it is, Joe, not how bad the cut looks or even how graphic it is to the fans out there, but where it's at. The doctor will look to see whether or not it's the kind of cut that if it gets worse, it could actually be physically damaging to his career.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Good counter punch. Good work with the uppercuts. Nice job there. Teddy, you like this kind of fighting, this infighting with the short power punches?
Oh, I love it. When you're in close, you want to keep those punches nice and short so you don't leave an opening. I like to see him visit downstairs a little more, though.
Good return fire that time. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
You see the accuracy now with that double jab up top. Good block by Hatton. So the round comes to an end. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas sitting with you ringside. I know you had a very busy week before you flew here out to broadcast this fight, doing your charitable contributions back in Staten Island with the Dr. Theodore Atlas Foundation.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Joe. We did well. We had our dinner, our yearly dinner, where we're able to raise money to help people that are in need, people that have nowhere else to go for help, whether it's a mother that can't pay the cancer treatment for a 7-year-old daughter, and we're able to pick up that insurance. But the thing that I want to take a second to thank everybody for is that it's a collective effort.
That is it. This fight is over. Ricky Hatton's got himself a TKO win. The ref has waved it off.
Your winner, Ricky the Hitman Hatton.
Ricky Hatton's your winner by TKO.
You know, Joe, I like a night where you see a guy tested a little bit. We saw him tested, and he passed that test with flying.
So you can roll with to get rolled on. To believe me, easy. They say they need me, baby.